happening? Are we live? Let's see here. I think we are. Oh my goodness. Don't do this on camera, Peter. Do that off camera, Peter. All right. I think it's time to start the show. Audio check. Gotta make sure that my guy works here. I'm at a delay, folks, so I gotta like sit here and wait. I gotta wait for my face to appear on this screen. It's a little dark here. You can't really see it. I gotta wait for face to appear on the screen, and when it does, then I know that I'm good. Then I know that the show is happening. There I am. Can I hear myself? All right, I can hear myself. Let's do this. Turn up the microphone on my. Turn up the volume on my microphone here. All right, get my water ready. All right, okay, folks. I think I'm ready to. Ooh, I think I'm ready to start the show. The last episode, the L and the Y were in the wrong place. Did you notice? Did you notice? I didn't notice. Let's do this. Hey there, my name is Peter Hartman. You're watching Bad Guru Nightly, and I am Bad Guru. This show is meant to serve as a reminder that your attention matters. You see, what we give our attention to becomes a greater part of our experience. We shaped our world with the power of our attention, so it's important to be deliberate. I am so glad you decided to give me some of your attention here tonight. We'll be talking about creativity is addictive. But before we get to that, how was your day? How was your day? Did you have a good day? Did you engage in creativity? Huh? Was it a fabulous day? A wonderful day? Did you have a good day? A great day? An amazing, outstanding, spectacular day? Peter, let me tell you about my day. My day started out, my day, when I woke up to an email that said that I had inherited $100,000. And that's where my day began. Because then, as I left my house, I saw on the ground $1. And I picked it up and I was like, ooh, I got an extra dollar. Okay, that's going downhill. Your day starts off with getting 100,000, finding a dollar on the street. It's not adding that much spice to your day. Maybe make you feel like the universe is on your side. Maybe it makes you feel like somebody's out there looking out for you. The angels are guiding me today. God's blessing. Oh my. Or maybe my horoscope is really good. I got to read my horoscope. It's probably really good today. I don't know. I don't know. I hope you had a great day. I hope you had a fantastic day. But even if you didn't have a good day, it's important to remember that you still have a choice. What choice is that? What choice is that? Well, you have the choice. In every single moment of every single day, you have the ability to make a choice to move you in the direction of that which you care about or away from it. And what are you doing? What are you doing? Look, there's no shame. I don't know why I took that tone. There's no shame in you not doing anything to move your life forward. Who cares? Life can be just the way it is, man. No matter how great your life is, it's gonna end. All of our lives just gonna end. It doesn't matter what statues are left here. It doesn't matter what buildings are in your named after you. What difference does it make, man? You're dead. You're dead. You're gone, right? And even if you're an astral spirit in the astral plane, or you're sitting in heaven drinking virgin mai tais, what this difference does it make? What's happening here on Earth? So everybody's days they end. Death is the great unifier. So what does it really matter? That's my nihilistic attitude popping out there. What does it really matter what I do? It don't really matter what you do, but ultimately it doesn't matter. But to you, objectively it doesn't matter, but subjectively, my God, it must matter, right? It must matter that you have a decent day. It must matter that you care about your day. Pay attention to your day. Practice paying attention to your day. I believe paying attention is the thing that we need to do the most. Not that type of attention, the I can't attention, not the paying attention in that negative way, but paying attention in a way that says, how can this be improved? How can this be better? What can I do? You pay attention to the world that way, you pay attention to your day that way, you pay attention to your life that way, you're going to have a better life. You're going to have a better day. You're going to have a better world. A whole new world. A new horizon to pursue. No one to. Man, I love Aladdin. Tell us now. I love Aladdin. Where to go? No more singing. Oh, say no more singing. We're talking about your day here, folks. Giving you a moment of reflection, introspection. Look back, evaluate your experience, and ask yourself, how could I have made it better? And then ask yourself, can I do something that makes tomorrow better? And making tomorrow's better. That's my jam, folks. That's my jam. It's what I like to do. It's my whole thing, my whole aim. I want your life to be better tomorrow than it was today. And I know, by golly, I know it starts by paying attention. So that's why I ask you, pay attention to your day, pay attention to life, pay attention to the world. Bad Guru Nightly is here to have you to pay attention inwardly, and soon the show is going to evolve to show you more outwardly things. I cannot wait to tell you how the show is going to be. I'm super happy, but you remember to subscribe to the YouTube channel so that you get notified when I upload videos, when I go live. You definitely want to subscribe to Bat Guru Nightly. I'm on every single night, folks, but you don't know when. Could be in the morning, could be in the afternoon, could be at night, could be moments before midnight, like tonight. Click that bell and you can find out when I go live. It's pretty cool. And every time you like or comment or share or watch my content, you make it more likely that other people will find me. So if you're watching Bad Guru Nightly and you're like, hey, I like Bad Guru Nightly, I wish more people could like Bad Guru Nightly, you can help me out by liking, commenting, sharing, watching the video, whatever your heart desires, you can do. I was trying to think of a song about the heart, and I couldn't find one. There's a Celine Dion song that I'm thinking of. Heart will go on. How does that go again? Okay, no singing, Peter. Okay, we got to keep the show short, man. It's late. Got other things to do. You still haven't even eaten. Oh man, that's how dedicated I am to the show. Okay, I don't care what's happening. I'm gonna get my show done, and if I have to skip eating, then I'm gonna skip eating, and I don't care, man. I don't care, man. It don't even bother to me. I don't know what accent that was. It don't even bother to me, huh? It don't even matter. I don't know what that was. I don't know. I don't know what kind of accent that was. It was either like a taxi driver or a billionaire. I don't know what it means. I don't know what he's saying, but I know that I don't care. Okay, forget it. All right, folks. I asked you about your day. I think it's time to start the show. I mean, not start the show because we've already started the show, but let's get into the topic of the show here. Creativity is addictive, folks. Ooh, I learned this at the ripe age of 12 or 13 years old. So we're poor, my family, and there's a bunch of us, and we finally moved into government housing, and that was pretty great because we moved into this apartment building, and it had like we had 2 floors for a house. It was crazy. It was like the luckiest thing in the world. I couldn't believe it. My mother had been waiting for government housing for like 6 years. Then she gets this thing, and it's better than I could have possibly imagined. When they told us we were going to move from where we were, my childhood home, and then move to this other area into government housing, I was like, oh my God, oh my God. And then when I finally saw the place, we had gone through some monstrous situation. We went through a situation where the home was really not good. The floor was so warped, we couldn't even move in there. It was a whole complicated situation. But finally, we're moving in to our new place, and it's got 2 floors. It's got 5 bedrooms. What is that? It was like Christmas every day. I couldn't believe my luck. 5 bedrooms. There were 6 of us. There were 6 of us. So my brother and I, Tom, my twin brother and I, we still had to share a bedroom. But we got a bunk bed, and we were playing around in there. It's fun. We like hanging out together. It was great. And then it didn't take long before the oldest one grew up and moved out, and I got that new room. So I'm in that new room. And something else lucky happened. My mama finds out about, is told about, I don't know how it came about, a government program that gave low income families money for computer. We had been wanting a computer for so long. When I say we, I mean my brother and I. That's all. I don't know about the others, but we were definitely wanting a computer. They were newfangled. I mean, they weren't newfangled. They had been around for a while, but the internet was gaining in popularity. There's no YouTube, there's no Google, there ain't nothing like that, man. It's AOL, there's 56K modems. Okay, it was a really weird situation back then, man. When you think about what technology was, just when I was kid, makes you feel old, makes you feel very old. But anyway, we didn't have a computer. I used computers at school. I used to stay after school to use the computers every single day. There weren't enough computers for all the people who wanted to use the computers, so you had to like race to the line at the end of class. At the end of class, my brother and I would just be waiting at the door of the classroom and just bolting out, running to stand in the line, to queue up in the line for the computers. And sometimes you didn't get it. Most times we did, but sometimes you didn't get it. Sometimes you had to take it from someone else who earned it the right way. Sometimes you had to take it. Not my proudest times, you know. The only time I was ever a bully was in that computer line. I was a super nerd, but when it came to other nerds, I could kind of bully. Didn't Not good. Didn't like that. Don't like those memories. Good. But I had to get that computer, man. It made me creative. Got me addicted to the power of that technology, man. And addiction, it can make you do some crazy things, man. It can make you cut someone. Okay, no, I didn't cut anybody. I wouldn't do that. It's crazy. I've never been in a fight in my life. Never threw a punch, not a real punch. Would never hurt anybody. But man, it makes you wanna, makes you wanna, creativity is so good. And when you use the computers, the things that you could create. Now, I couldn't really create much back then, but we could create some stuff, look up some stuff, look up some information. It was really a lot of fun. All right, so my mom gets the government grant. I think she gets $3,000 Canadian, and she's able to buy a computer. Oh my God. I mean, I don't think there's anything up until that point. There was nothing that I ever received that gave me as much joy in the anticipation of it than the computer. And when it finally got there, oh my God, it was amazingly difficult to deal with. It was so, all these problems, you had to figure out all these, like to use his computers, to plug it in, to figure out how the internet could work, to run the lines. It was, from that moment on, with the computer, it was a constant level of troubleshooting, problem solving. Constant. Every single thing that I wanted to do, I had just a constant learning process. Always had to be looking up information, searching on the internet, reading the manuals, trying to figure these things out. But it was satisfying. It was fun. It was fun because I knew that every time I solved the problem, I got stronger. It wasn't just a run of the mill problem. This was a technological problem. This is a problem that unlocked my ability to create. And every time I solved a problem, I got stronger. I could feel it. That's just when I started falling in love. Technology taught me to be a problem solver. That's what it did. Technology taught me to, I don't mean to solve a problem, but to become a type of person who was not phased by solving problems. Right? When it comes to the computer, every single thing I wanted to do, every time I want to move forward, install this game and try to connect that. Uh, Eventually, we got more computers, how to connect those together, increasing the internet speed. Every time I tried to figure out, every time I learned how to do something on the computer online, I got stronger, and that really formatted my brain. That formatted my thinking, and I really enjoyed it. It was satisfying, and I kind of got sort of so used to the feeling of that dopamine rush that you get. That's satisfying. You know that feeling when you accomplish something. That's the pleasure comes from dopamine. Actually, when you get a reward, when you get something that you're wanting, when you get a reward, that's dopamine. And then the feeling of pride and satisfaction, that's serotonin. And I would just feel all that in my body, and it just and I would even look out for problems, and I love helping other people with their problems just because I can get this great feeling in my body when I solve a problem. And I want you. I think that technology can help you to become a problem solver, to start enjoying problem solving. If you're trying to figure out how to get out of your rut, you're trying to figure out how to get into a zone where you're reaching for your goals and accomplishing things, there are two things you can do, and they both involve technology. First is video games. Okay, video games are, I find, an exceptional way to train your brain and train your heart in to be self motivated, to push through, and to not be be deterred. Now, I'm not talking about those shooting games where you're like Call of Duty and stuff like that. Those are just stress, but they're not just stress, but they do produce a lot of stress in a way that might not be as great for your brain. But there's problem-solving games and puzzle games and adventure games that are challenging. You can find a game that's just challenging enough that you have to really push yourself in order to get to the next level, and then just challenging enough that you have to push yourself. So it's like not so challenging that you feel like, oh, this is impossible, I'll never get it, uh, necessarily, although you can feel that way, but just challenging enough that you know that this is beyond my current abilities and my knowledge and understanding, but I can get there. I can see how I can get there. There's actually a simple game on on VR called Beat Saber, and one of the reasons I like VR is that you don't have to necessarily have to press buttons. At least not for this game, Beat Saber. You don't have to like press buttons, and a lot of older people, especially people who are not familiar with games, uh, it's a there's a sharp learning curve where the buttons are. Even I play these games and I can't remember where the buttons are. I don't play that often, but um, I played as a kid, but still, it's difficult. But with VR, you put on that headset, you're seeing, you're looking left and right, and you're not moving a character's head. And you're like moving your arms to play this game. You're not like moving a controller. So you play this Beat Saber game and you're going back and forth and you're really trying. And it can start off pretty easy, but it can get gosh darn complicated, man. Dag nabbit, it can really get complicated. And I remember playing Beat Saber, and when I first saw it, just saw it, I didn't even play. When I just first saw it, I was like, oh, this is going to be too complicated. It's going to be too hard. I can't do this. And then when I tried it on easy, and I was like, oh my God, this is complicated. It's too hard. I can't do this. But I would see my brother, my incredible, wonderful, smart brother, a beast playing Beat Saber. I mean, doing things that are absolutely incredible, behaving in a way, performing in a way that I didn't even think human beings could do. I mean, I saw the settings and the levels on the game, but I never thought a person could do that. And seeing him do it was outstanding. And seeing my brother do it, especially, I've always seen my brother do things before I could get to it. Seeing him do it kind of made me think, hey, maybe I could do it too. And I want to tell you, if I can do it, you can do it. Uh, Pop into Beat Saber, you try on easy, that's difficult, and then it gets easy. Then you move up to normal, and that gets difficult, but then it becomes easy. And then you keep moving up levels, and I keep moving up levels where I believe wholeheartedly it's impossible for me to get this. I cannot get this. I cannot. But because it's a game, it motivates you in such a way that you persist and persist, and it teaches you to move forward and to not give up. And then when you finally get that epic win, when you finally achieve something that you previously thought was impossible, the feeling is so good. And then you take that behavior over into the real world, over into IRL, in real life. The second thing is technology, computers. Now I know I'm not a computer guy. I don't like to go on the internet, Facebook. Okay, it's so weird. All right, you got to use technology. You have to. If you want to empower yourself, these tools make you so much more powerful than if you don't know how to use them. And so if you're typing like this, learn how to type. It'll take you, what, a month or two, and you're going to be able to type very well and learn how to type properly. Learn how to use these devices. Learn how to use your smartphone. Engage in it because you don't realize how incredible these things are. I visited I don't know if I can talk about that. I don't know what I can say about it. I signed a non-disclosure agreement, so I'm not going to talk about it. I visited a place that had cool stuff, and I signed an NDA, so I don't know if I can talk about it. Anyway, there are whole businesses out there that just use regular computers, the computer that you probably have at home, the computer that you can get at the store. They're using this off-the-shelf computers in order to do crazy, amazing things, things that would blow your mind. So why can't you? You might not be able to do the thing that they're doing, but you can do more than what you're doing now. There are so many tools and so many things that are out there that are available for you to be creative. And the fun thing about it is that once you get those creative juices going, and you start creating things, then you get addicted. Like I'm creating Bad Guru Nightly, for example, and I have to learn all kinds of things, like just to get this thing on the screen, so I can point to it and say, hey, subscribe, hit the bell, subscribe and hit the bell so you can be notified when I go live. Just to get that on the screen, it took me just hours of trying to figure things out, hours of troubleshooting and solving my problems. Man, it's great. It's a great feeling when you finally get it. When you finally get it and you want to switch sections and you can be like, and now we're back. It's so much fun. It's so cool. So remember to subscribe to the channel, and hit that little bell so you know when I had to do it again. I'm just so addicted to it. You feel so proud of yourself, and then your life changes, and you can expand, and then you can help other people. I have no idea how this show is going to be helping me in the future. I have no idea what's going to be happening, but what I do know is that it's giving me an excuse to be creative. It's giving me an excuse to create. It's giving me an excuse to get that feeling that I'm looking and you can do it too. You can. You can. I'm not any smarter than you are. I'm not any more capable. I'm just dogged. I'm just willing to get a headache trying to solve a problem. I'm willing to like go deeper because I can see beyond just the initial moment. I don't give up. I can see what's happening, how my life is going to change in the future, and I want that for you as well. All right, I thought this was going to be a tight show, a short show. Here we are, 20 minutes. So I won't keep you any longer. I really appreciate your attention. Thank you so much for watching the show. And if you're watching, whether you're watching this in the present or in the future, I truly appreciate it. You know, your attention matters, and I don't take it for granted. All right, folks. I think that's all I got to say for you here today. I could talk about this even more and more, but we'll save all this for future videos. I really appreciate your attention. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Peter Hartman. You're watching Bad Guru Nightly, and I am Bad Guru.